Hey team, I'm Alex and welcome to the channel. This playlist is going to be focused on the Lister LH150 hydraulic reversing gearbox that is designed for narrowboats and small craft. This complements the playlist on the Lister SR2 engine restoration, and there's a link in the description below. Like all Lister products, it is known for its robust construction and reliability, and if looked after well, will provide many years of service. Hydraulic pressure is used to obtain neutral and astern positions via an integral clutch and brake band. The unit is also fitted with a reduction gearbox, allowing optimal engine power and propeller speed. This makes it ideal for narrowboats where fine manoeuvring is critical. And there's not much else to say about this unit, so let's just proceed and see where it takes us. Team, well, here it is. Another project. This is the gearbox that would be mated to the engine, the Lister engine that I've built. So there's no point in, making a really nice shiny new Lister engine if you're going to bolt a scabby gearbox to it. So my next project is going to be a gearbox rebuild, restore. But I've agreed stage one will be a bit of just a minuscule tear down. There's an inspection plate at the top. We'll take that off and have a look at the insides and decide if we need to do anything further on the inside. But as a minimum, it'll all be degreased, paint removed and repainted, so it'll look smart when it goes together with the main engine. So watch this space. This is the plan, and it's another new project to play around with. Well, I've had a little play tonight. I haven't done a great deal, just stripped off the mounting brackets left and right, and some other bracket that was on there. Drained the oil, got most of it on the floor. I've cleaned it all up. Just taking the bolts out of the inspection plate, and so we can take this off and see what she's looking like on the inside. So there's the gasket and the plate coming off without any dramas. And then you'll probably need a torch. So there we go. I think, yes, that's the clutch housing and the brake, I believe. I'm saying that confidently. I haven't really got much of an idea, but I'm working on it. And then we can, oh my god, what's that? Oh, gross. Can you see that? If I zoom in a bit. There we go, that's better. That is not good, whatever that is. It's probably just crud. That'll fly off. But at the same time, it's pretty grimy. Some rust in there as well, possibly been some water ingress. Difficult to see right down the bottom what's going on down there. It looks a bit claggy at the bottom, so we're definitely going to have a swill out. And let's give this a poke, see what happens. Oh, that's hard. That's not clag, that looks like hard metal or something. Possibly clutch liner and brake liner. Don't know what I'm postulating. I need to give that some more thought. So anyway, parts coming off, nuts and bolts, and my new toy, enormously huge parts washer, which is quite nicely holding bits of gearbox already in readiness for wash. I've got some degreasing on order, and I'll get that going. So there you go, that's where we are. And before we opened up the back of the box, I spent a quick time just getting some of the junk off it. It was pretty filthy, as you can see. And this turned out to be a real pig to clean. I think 3 cans of parts cleaner and a lot of scrubbing, but we got it there in the end. Well, so far so good. The casing of the back has come off all right, showing the insides, which actually look in very good, very clean condition, which is an excellent sign. There's teeth in these gears are are in good shape. So there's a couple of other bits came off as well. So this is the main driving gear. So this is connected basically to the engine, and then this gear does all the driving. Right down inside there, you can just see the other gears tucked down there. So these are the various forward and reverse pinions. This here, this big one, which sits right by here, is driven from here, it's locked into it mechanically, is the oil driver pump. So this engages with this, drives this, and this is the oil pump down there. So it's a piston type suction pump. So there's the oil reservoir on the bottom that gets pulled in, and then it'll be pumped up these pipes across here, down there, into the over the various internals that need oiling. So I've got the front reduction gearbox off. I had to use the usual brute force to get the pinion nuts off and whatever, because they're all keyed with Woodruff keys. I'll come back to that later on, but that's all off. And that's had a good old scrub in the parts washer, which now got operational. And on this end, I've taken out the oil feed line, and I've also taken out the oil pump. I'll come to that in a minute, and I'm glad I did, because if you look in the oil pump area, it's full of shit. So we need to get in there and get all that cleaned out. And over here, there's a pile of shiny bits to be painted and cleaned further, but they've had what I would call a level 1 clean, which they've been taken off, had a blast through the parts washer, then a blast with parts cleaner, and I've given them a spray of just light oil to protect them. But all these roller bearings here and whatever are in absolutely pristine condition, so that's all good. I don't think I need to take this apart any further. This is the reduction gearbox there. The main drive, that's the oil pump, which is a piston. There's the filter, which is gauze, that was all clogged. There's a photo of that, I'll circulate. And there's the gears in that are perfect. So everything's in good shape in that respect. So next steps, just try and get this drive band out. Sorry, the brake band, apologise. And then get to the next level of cleaning, get the paint off and get painting. And then hopefully put it all back together. Oh my word, what have we here? So I've been doing a fair bit of dismantling to get the clutch out, which I've managed to do. This is the clutch housing. So the friction line of the clutch basically butts against this and gives the friction to change the gears from forward to reverse. And the clutch itself is operated by a number of springs in some sort of cylindrical assembly. They're not just springs, they're springs within springs within springs. There's a third spring in there. Maybe this one. There we go, look at that. Oops, there we go, I'll fix that after. So loads of springs, millions of little shims. I'm trying to fit those back somehow. There's a clutch actuator here. And then this is now looking quite empty. And you can see there's lots of detritus at the bottom. So I've taken the key components out, which is the brake band, which was here on the clutch itself. And upon examining the brake band, there is no liner left in it. It should have a friction liner in here. That's completely gone. And the clutch, well, you can work that out for yourself. That's the liner. And that was the bit that we saw sticking out in the early days. There it is. So this is essentially the friction liner has disintegrated. So I'm glad we did this, because otherwise we'd put all back together in the boat and then the clutch would have failed at some point in the future. So got a load of parts in order. I've got a lot of cleaning to do now, get this sorted out. Well, it didn't take too much time to clear out the casing and get all that rubbish out. I then took the time to remove all the paint from the external surfaces of all the various components and casings, got those primed with the red oxide primer, and everything is now ready for reassembly. And that's going to be the subject of the next episode. So if you got this far, I do thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode.